Negro Leagues Baseball Museum makes the bold assertion that Jackie Robinson's breaking of Major League Baseball's 6-decade-long self-imposed color barrier wasn't just a part of the civil rights movement. It was actually the beginning of the civil rights movement. This is 1947. This is well before those more noted civil rights occurrences. So this is before Brown versus the Board of Education. This is before Rosa Parks' refusal to move to the back of the bus. So for all intents and purposes, this is what started the ball of social progress rolling in our country: baseball. In baseball, no name inspires more reverence than Jackie, and no number is as sacred as 42. Of course, that's because Jackie Robinson, the hard-hitting, base-stealing, MVP-winning infielder, broke the Major League Baseball color barrier with his Brooklyn Dodgers debut in 1947. And in the process, Robinson's courage, discipline, and skills changed baseball and America forever. We celebrate Jackie's incredible story every year, and it continues to inspire generation after generation. But before Jackie, there were so many talented and notable players throughout the Negro Leagues, and Dodgers general manager Branch Rickey was scouting many of them at that time, including a superstar named Monte Irvin. Irvin had a similar pedigree to Robinson. He was a star college athlete who played football and baseball. He'd also been drafted into the military during World War II, deploying to Europe, serving at the pivotal Battle of the Bulge. And as a baseball player in the Negro Leagues, there was nothing Irvin couldn't do. He was the ultimate five-tool player: hitting, slugging, fielding, throwing, and running. Irvin did it all with ease and with movie star good looks, so naturally, Branch Rickey took notice, and Monte Irvin's future seemed limitless. But it wasn't so simple. Irvin was dealing with what was then called shell shock, or PTSD as it's known today, from his wartime service. And he didn't know if he could play ball at the same level he did before the war. And there was another issue. Effa Manley, the owner of the Newark Eagles where Irvin played, knew she couldn't afford to lose her superstar outfielder. Now, Manley knew that integrating the major leagues was the right thing to do, but it also meant the exodus of top talent from the Negro Leagues, which would harm much more than just Manley's business. Negro Leagues baseball had become a centerpiece of vibrant black communities all across the country. Restaurants, hotels, and of course, music. A kaleidoscope of black culture and entrepreneurship thrived around the ballparks. And the bittersweet truth is that when players like Irvin left for Major League Baseball, the Negro Leagues would be gutted, and thus flourishing black economies would be devastated. Well, Effa Manley wasn't going to be the one to give all that away. Shortly thereafter, fate would step in as Branch Rickey turned his attention to an up-and-coming player on the Kansas City Monarchs, Jack Roosevelt Robinson. Rickey had found his hero, the right player with the talent and tenacity to shatter baseball's color barrier for good. The search was over. It had to be Jackie. Jackie's debut with the 1947 Brooklyn Dodgers changed the course of history for America and for the Negro Leagues forever. Now that the civil rights movement was sparked and integration was underway, the Negro Leagues began to fade. Everything changed after Jackie. And Monte Irvin? Well, he became a Major League star a few years later with the New York Giants, where he mentored a young phenomenon named Willie Mays and won a world championship on his way to Cooperstown. If there is a bittersweet aspect to the overall story of the Negro Leagues, it lies in the fact that you can directly parallel the rise and fall of the Negro Leagues with the rise and fall of black economy. And to a large extent, black economy never recovered from losing the Negro Leagues. What was good morally, what was good socially, was devastating economically. So while Major League Baseball may have been vilified for not allowing blacks to play in its league, when it opened its door, our country followed suit. I think it speaks to the reverence that baseball held and still to a large degree holds in our society.